Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Ease Studio. I'm Emily, and today we're going to talk about a very practical and important topic, going to the doctor. At some point in your life, you'll need to describe how you feel, explain your symptoms, and understand what the doctor says. So in this lesson, we'll help you learn how to do all that in simple, natural English.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul, and this topic is one of my favorites because it's so useful in real life. Many English learners freeze when they visit a doctor. They know the words, but they can't put them together. Don't worry, we'll fix that today. We'll move step by step from greeting the doctor to explaining symptoms and understanding what the doctor says.
Exactly. And remember, this lesson isn't about memorizing random sentences. It's about learning how to sound calm, natural, and confident when you actually need help. By the end, you'll be able to describe pain, ask questions, and understand the doctor's suggestions without feeling lost.
Let's start with something simple. When you meet the doctor, what do you say? Most people just greet politely, "Good morning, doctor," or "Hello, doctor." After that, the doctor will usually ask, "What seems to be the problem?" or "How can I help you today?"
Then you can answer clearly, "I'm not feeling well. I've been having a headache since yesterday. I feel tired and dizzy." All short, clear, and natural. Don't over-explain right away. The doctor will ask for more details.
Good point. Here's a key rule. Keep it simple. For example, if your stomach hurts, just say, "My stomach hurts," or "I have a stomach ache." If you're coughing, say, "I have a cough." If you feel feverish, say, "I have a fever." These are small sentences, but they make communication easy and professional.
Exactly. Let's organize some of these phrases. I have a headache. I have a sore throat. I have a cold. I have a cough. I have a fever. You can also use my forms. My back hurts. My eyes are itchy. My throat is sore. Both patterns work. Just use whichever feels comfortable.
Now, let's practice a quick mini conversation. Doctor, good morning. How can I help you? Patient, good morning, doctor. I've been coughing a lot. Doctor, how long have you had this problem? Patient, for about 3 days. Doctor, do you have a fever? Patient, yes, a little bit. Doctor, okay, it looks like a cold. I'll prescribe some medicine.
Short, clear, polite. Notice the time question. How long have you had this? You answer with for plus time or since plus day. For 2 days, since Monday. Never say from 2 days. That's a common mistake. Always use for.
And here's another one doctors ask often. Are you allergic to any medicine? Meaning, does any medicine cause a bad reaction? Possible answers: no, I'm not allergic, or yes, I'm allergic to penicillin.
Now let's teach them words you'll always hear at a clinic. Symptom, the sign of illness like fever or cough. Prescribe, when the doctor tells you what medicine to take. Prescription, the written note you take to the pharmacy. Medicine or medication, the actual tablets, capsules, or syrup.
Exactly. When you hear "take this medicine twice a day," that means once in the morning and once in the evening. Before meals means before you eat. After meals means after eating. Tiny phrases like these matter.
And if you don't understand the instructions, never pretend you do. You can ask politely, "Could you please repeat that?" Or, "Can you say it more slowly, please?" That shows respect and also keeps you safe.
Putting everything we've learned so far together, here's another mini conversation. Doctor, good morning. How can I help you? Patient, good morning, doctor. I've been having a headache since yesterday. Doctor, are you allergic to any medicine? Patient, no, I'm not.
Perfect. Let's expand your vocabulary for describing pain. You can say, "I have a sharp pain in my chest." Sharp pain equals strong and sudden. "I have a dull pain in my back." Dull pain equals not strong but constant. "I feel pressure in my head." My stomach feels uncomfortable. The pain comes and goes. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes not.
Excellent examples. And you can also describe intensity. It's a little pain, it's a mild pain, it's a strong pain, it's really bad. Doctors understand better when you describe the type and level of pain.
Let's go a little deeper here. Some people also say it's throbbing when the pain beats like a pulse. It's stabbing when it feels like a knife or a needle. It's burning when it feels hot or irritated. These adjectives make your description more precise and natural.
Exactly. Imagine how much clearer it sounds if you say, I have a throbbing pain in my head, instead of just headache. The doctor immediately knows what kind of pain it is. And if you don't have the right word, don't stress. You can show with gestures. Point to the place and say, it hurts here. Real communication is about being understood, not about being perfect.
That's a really important reminder. Many English learners think they must speak like a native speaker in the clinic, but that's not true. Doctors just need to understand what's wrong. Clarity matters more than accent or grammar. Also, here's a pronunciation tip. When you say ache, pronounce it like ache. So headache, toothache, backache. Small pronunciation details like these make you sound clear and confident.
Let's add a few more examples using ache. I have an earache, I have a toothache, I have a backache, I have a stomachache. See how flexible it is? One small word gives you many practical sentences.
Great. Now let's add another realistic role play. Doctor, what seems to be the problem? Patient, I have a burning pain when I swallow. Doctor, how long have you had it? Patient, for almost a week. Doctor, do you have a fever? Patient, no, but my throat feels dry. Doctor, all right, I'll give you some throat lozenges and medicine for the infection.
Impossible to miss out on water. It makes up a huge part of your body. And to stay hydrated, you need to drink enough water.
Notice the phrase burning pain. That's very common with throat problems or stomach acid. And lozenges are small tablets you suck to soothe a sore throat.
Exactly. And if you feel sick to the stomach, you can say, I feel nauseous, or simply, I feel like vomiting. That's polite and clear. If you say, I want to vomit, it sounds too direct. Better to use, I feel like vomiting.
And here's a little pronunciation help. Stomachache, stomachache. Cough, not coffee. Fever, fever. Small details, but they make you sound confident and fluent.
Pronunciation can even change meaning. Cold can mean illness or temperature, so listen to context. I have a cold, meaning sick. I feel cold, meaning temperature.
Right. Now, some hospitals may also ask, have you been taking any medicine recently? Have you ever had this problem before? Be ready to answer, yes, I took painkillers. No, it's my first time. I had it last year.
Speaking of painkillers, they're medicines that reduce pain, like paracetamol or ibuprofen. But don't say antibiotic when you mean painkiller. Antibiotics treat infection, not pain.
Great distinction. And another common doctor phrase, I'll run some tests. That means they'll check your blood, take your temperature, or maybe an x-ray.
If you hear I'll refer you to a specialist, that means the doctor is sending you to another doctor who focuses on that specific problem, maybe an eye specialist or heart specialist.
Perfect. Now, let's imagine you're at a clinic filling out a form. You might see questions like name, age, gender, address, emergency contact, allergies, current medications. You can practice these at home so they don't confuse you later.
That's a smart idea. And while you're waiting, you might hear the nurse say, please wait for your turn, or the doctor will see you soon. Good phrases to recognize.
Also, if you want to tell the nurse or doctor about improvement, you can say, I'm feeling a bit better, or the pain has decreased. If it's worse, say, it got worse last night, or the pain is getting stronger.
Let's add one more realistic scenario for extra practice. Doctor, hello, how are you today? Patient, not so good, doctor. I feel weak and my body aches all over. Doctor, do you have a fever or chills? Patient, yes, my temperature was high last night. Doctor, okay, that sounds like the flu. Drink plenty of fluids and rest. I'll give you medicine for the fever.
That's a typical flu conversation. And by the way, flu means influenza, a common viral infection.
When the doctor says plenty of fluids, it means drink water, juice, or soup, not soda. Fluids keep your body hydrated.
Speaking of hydrated, that means your body has enough water. If not, you're dehydrated. So when you feel dizzy or weak, water really helps.
Exactly. And sometimes the doctor might say, come back for a follow-up visit next week. That means they want to check your recovery later.
And if the doctor asks, how are you feeling now? You can say, a bit better, still tired, or almost fine. Those short updates are enough.
So now that we've covered greetings, symptoms, and basic vocabulary, let's move a little further. Let's see what happens when the doctor gives instructions or explains the treatment plan, and how you can respond naturally to keep the conversation smooth and confident.
When the doctor starts explaining your treatment plan, pay close attention to words like take, apply, rest, or avoid. These are action words. They tell you exactly what to do. For example, take 1 tablet after every meal means eat first, then take the medicine. Apply this cream twice a day means use it on the skin morning and night. Get plenty of rest means don't overwork. Your body needs recovery time.
Right, and if you're not sure, never guess. You can ask, should I take it before or after eating? How many days should I use it? Can I take this medicine with another one? These questions sound professional and show you care about your health.
Some doctors also give lifestyle advice, not just medicine. They might say, drink more water, eat healthy food, exercise regularly, cut down on sugar or salt. These aren't random, they're part of your recovery. Don't ignore them just because they sound simple.
And here's another useful point. When the doctor says, I'll schedule a test or you need to get some blood work done, it means you'll probably visit a lab. You can say, where can I get the test done? When will the results be ready? Simple, polite, and clear.
Also, after getting results, you might hear your blood pressure is high, your sugar level is normal, your cholesterol is a bit low. These are common health terms. Learn them so you don't panic when you hear them. They're just measurements.
Exactly. And when you go back to the doctor with your test results, you can say, here are my reports, or I've brought my test results. That's the natural way to hand them over.
Let's do a quick sample. Doctor, your reports look good overall, but your vitamin level is slightly low. Patient, oh, I see. Should I take supplements? Doctor, yes, take these once daily after breakfast. Patient, all right, thank you, doctor. Short and polite. Notice the patient didn't over-explain, just asked clearly and responded respectfully. That's how a real appointment should sound.
Now, sometimes doctors use phrases like monitor your condition or keep an eye on your symptoms. That means you should watch for any changes. If things get worse, go back to the clinic.
Right, and if you feel better after a few days, don't stop your medicine early unless the doctor says so. Many people make that mistake, especially with antibiotics. Always complete the full course, otherwise the infection might come back stronger.
That's an important warning, and if you experience side effects, for example, dizziness, rashes, or stomach upset, tell your doctor immediately. You can say, I think the medicine is making me feel dizzy, or I'm having some side effects. That helps the doctor decide whether to change your prescription.
Perfect. Let's move into another practical situation. What to do when you're visiting a pharmacy after seeing the doctor.
So, you've seen the doctor, gotten a prescription, and now it's time to visit the pharmacy. This part can also be tricky for English learners because the pharmacist may speak fast or use medical words that sound unfamiliar. But don't worry, we'll guide you through exactly what to expect and what to say.
Right. When you enter a pharmacy, start with the simple greeting, hello, or good afternoon. Then, if you have a prescription, say, hi, I need to buy the medicines on this prescription, or I'd like to get these medicines, please. The pharmacist will take the paper, check the names, and may ask questions like, do you want the tablets or syrup form? Or do you have any preference for brand?
And here's a smart tip. If you can't pronounce the medicine name, just point to it on the prescription. You can say, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. That's perfectly fine. Pharmacists deal with that every day.
Yes, never feel embarrassed. Even native speakers sometimes struggle with medical names. They can sound complicated, like amoxicillin, cetirizine, or omeprazole. Just focus on clarity, not perfection. And if the pharmacist says this one is out of stock, it means they don't have it right now. You can reply, is there an alternative? Or can you recommend a similar medicine? Usually, they'll offer a substitute with the same ingredients.
Exactly. And sometimes the pharmacist may ask, do you want branded or generic? A branded medicine has a company name like Panadol. A generic one is the same drug without a brand. Cheaper but equally effective. So you can ask, is the generic one okay? Or what's the difference between the two?
Great point. When they hand you the medicines, pay attention to their instructions. They might say, take 1 capsule twice daily, shake well before use, store in a cool, dry place, keep out of reach of children. These aren't just random phrases, they're important for safety and proper use.
If you're unsure, confirm. You can say, could you please repeat the dosage? Or, should I take this before meals or after? Can I take this medicine with my other one? That's how you make sure you don't misunderstand.
And one thing people often forget is always check the expiration date. You can ask, is this still within the expiration date, or when does this expire? Never take expired medicine. It can be dangerous or useless.
Right, now let's try a mini role play. Pharmacist, hello, how can I help you? Customer, hi, I have this prescription for my doctor. Pharmacist, all right, let me check. We have everything except the syrup. It's out of stock. Customer, oh, I see. Is there an alternative? Pharmacist, yes, another brand with the same formula. Customer, great. I'll take that, thank you. Pharmacist, take 1 tablet twice daily after meals. Customer, got it, thanks a lot.
That's how simple it can be when you keep it polite and direct. Once you've got your medicine, the next step is taking it correctly and tracking your recovery. Let's talk about that.
Definitely. At home, it's important to follow the doctor's schedule. If it says take every 8 hours, don't guess. Divide 24 by 8, which means 3 times a day. You can set alarms on your phone to help you remember.
And here's another one. If it says take before meals, that means about 30 minutes before you eat. After meals means 15 to 30 minutes after eating. Many people ignore that and end up with stomach pain because the timing matters.
True, some medicines also say take with plenty of water. That helps your body absorb it better. And if the label says avoid driving or operating machinery, it means the medicine can make you sleepy or dizzy. Don't ignore those warnings.
Exactly. And when you start feeling better, don't just stop your medicine early unless your doctor said so. A lot of people make that mistake. They think, I'm fine now, no need to continue. But some illnesses can come back stronger if you stop halfway.
That's right. Always complete the full course, especially antibiotics. If you skip doses or stop early, bacteria can become resistant, which makes the infection harder to treat next time.
That's an important warning. And if you experience side effects, for example, dizziness, rashes, or stomach upset, tell your doctor immediately. You can say, I think the medicine is making me feel dizzy, or I'm having some side effects. That helps the doctor decide whether to change your prescription.
Perfect. Let's move into another practical situation. What to do when you're visiting a pharmacy after seeing the doctor. So, you've seen the doctor, got your prescription, and now it's time to visit the pharmacy. This part can also be tricky for English learners because the pharmacist may speak fast or use medical words that sound unfamiliar. But don't worry, we'll guide you through exactly what to expect and what to say.
Right. When you enter a pharmacy, start with a simple greeting, hello, or good afternoon. Then, if you have a prescription, say, hi, I need to buy the medicines on this prescription, or I'd like to get these medicines, please. The pharmacist will take the paper, check the names, and may ask questions like, do you want the tablets or syrup form? Or do you have any preference for brand?
And here's a smart tip. If you can't pronounce the medicine name, just point to it on the prescription. You can say, I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. That's perfectly fine. Pharmacists deal with that every day.
Yes, never feel embarrassed. Even native speakers sometimes struggle with medical names. They can sound complicated, like amoxicillin, cetirizine, or omeprazole. Just focus on clarity, not perfection. And if the pharmacist says this one is out of stock, it means they don't have it right now. You can reply, is there an alternative? Or can you recommend a similar medicine? Usually, they'll offer a substitute with the same ingredients.
Exactly. And sometimes the pharmacist may ask, do you want branded or generic? A branded medicine has a company name, like Panadol. A generic one is the same drug without a brand. Cheaper but equally effective. So you can ask, is the generic one okay? Or what's the difference between the two?
Great point. When they hand you the medicines, pay attention to their instructions. They might say, take 1 capsule twice daily, shake well before use, store in a cool, dry place, keep out of reach of children. These aren't just random phrases, they're important for safety and proper use.
If you're unsure, confirm. You can say, could you please repeat the dosage? Or, should I take this before meals or after? Can I take this medicine with my other one? That's how you make sure you don't misunderstand.
And one thing people often forget is always check the expiration date.
So, before we wrap up, let's quickly review what really matters when visiting a doctor. Always describe your symptoms clearly, not just, I'm sick, but what hurts, how long, and how it feels. Say things like, I've had a cough for 3 days, or I feel dizzy after eating. Details help the doctor help you.
And once you get your prescription, follow it exactly. If it says take after meals, that means 15 to 30 minutes after eating. Before meals means half an hour earlier. Don't skip doses, don't stop early, and never guess. Ask if you're unsure. That's how you recover safely.
Also, don't ignore lifestyle advice. If your doctor says avoid oily food or rest for a few days, do it. Medicine helps, but recovery depends on your habits too.
And if symptoms return, don't panic or self-medicate. Just call the clinic and say, hello, I visited last week. My symptoms have come back. Should I make another appointment? That's how confident communication sounds.
Right. Nowadays, many consultations happen online through video calls. You can still use the same polite English. Can you hear me clearly? Or can you please explain the dosage again? Keep your reports ready, make sure your camera and light are good, and you're set.
And once you start feeling better, don't jump back into bad habits. Recovery continues even after symptoms disappear. Eat light, rest well, and listen to your body.
You can even keep a short health diary. Note what you ate, how you slept, how you felt. That helps if you fall sick again and need to explain it next time.
Let's also remember mental health. If you're feeling anxious, stressed, or tired all the time, talk to your doctor. Saying, I've been feeling low lately or I can't sleep because of stress is completely normal. That's how real communication works.
Exactly. Health isn't just about medicine, it's about awareness. And using English to describe how you feel gives you confidence anywhere in the world.
So here's a quick list of the most useful phrases we covered. I'm not feeling well. I have a sore throat. I've had this problem for 3 days. I'm allergic to penicillin. Take this medicine twice a day, after meals. Are there any side effects? I feel much better now.
These are real, everyday sentences, not textbook fluff. Practice them until they feel natural. That's how you build confidence.
And remember, the goal isn't to sound perfect, it's to be understood. Stay calm, polite, and clear, and people will always get what you mean.
Let's end with one full example. Doctor, how can I help you today? Patient, I've been having stomach pain for 2 days. Doctor, Take this medicine before meals and avoid spicy food for a week. Patient, thank you, doctor. Simple, polite, and clear.
That's how real English in clinics works. Practical and confident.
And you've now learned how to talk to doctors, explain symptoms, buy medicine, and follow instructions. Everything you need for real-life health situations.
So next time you visit a doctor or pharmacy, you'll know exactly what to say. That's the power of learning English with purpose.
And that's all for today's episode of English Ease Studio. If you found it useful, review your notes and practice with a friend.
And don't miss our next episode. We'll teach you how to make and cancel appointments in English.
Until then, stay healthy, stay confident, and keep practicing.
Thanks for listening.
Take care, and we'll see you next time on English Ease Studio.